Aloha, Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Maui. I'm in Kaanapali. Perfect day to talk about sales training, right? Check it out. I got outriggers behind me. Those are the paddle boats that people are in. Got people coming in. Got people on stand-up paddle boards, scuba divers. I'm like, man, perfect day to talk about sales. And I got something for you, something you can learn from copywriters. Now, a copywriter is somebody who takes a message, and they type it up, or they could voice talk it into a print, and then they send it out. But they use this thing called the Flesch Kincaid app inside of Microsoft Word, and you can like put this on probably a Mac product too. It's not hard to look up. And what it does is it gives you the readability scale of the process that you're working with. And why this becomes important is the best copywriters I know some pretty darn good copywriters. They're really good at what they do. They try to keep their grade level of reading between like 4 and 6. So they look for like a 4th grade reading level or a 6th grade reading level. And you're like, but Scott, what does this have to do with sales? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you. So here's the thing. You can have your sales process transcribed. So you go somewhere, you could pay somebody, it's usually about 65 cents a minute to $1.15 a minute, depending upon how fast you need it. And they go through and they transcribe your process, okay? Then you take this transcription and then you put it in the Flesch Kincaid, and it'll tell you what your readability is. And you should shoot for a lower grade level, not because the people that you're working with are dumb. Look, no. I'm not saying people are not smart. It just makes it easier for people to listen to. So the way that you can narrow this down is using smaller words, like 2-3 syllables, occasionally 4. Now, it's May 18th, 2016, and Donald Trump is still running for president. You know, he may make it, he may not, who knows? It's politics, whatever. But if you take a look at the way that he talks, there's all sorts of ways you can look this up. He keeps stuff around the 5th or 6th grade level, and people eat it up and they listen to it, and it's really easy for them to absorb. So depending upon, like if you're in a super technical industry and you got to use a lot of technical words, hey, by all means, that's one thing. But if you're selling something that's pretty straightforward, be careful of how you're talking to people and what you're saying and the way that you're saying it, because you could be losing them from going too big with too many words. And you're like, but Scott, you know, how do I know this works? Okay, so here's the thing. If you have an hour-long presentation that's 60 minutes, it's gonna cost you maybe $45 to $75 to have it transcribed. Then you take that information and you just copy and paste it into Microsoft Word, and then go into, like, you can look this up, Flesch Kincaid. I'll put the word up on the screen so you can spell it the right way. It's kind of a funky spelling. And it'll tell you what grade level the person's, you know, the person who's reading it could be reading at. And if it's down there in the 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, man, you're golden. You're gonna have an easier time of selling. And you're like, yeah, all right. So hey, look, just try it, right? If you're looking at increasing your sales, why not do something that everybody else isn't going to do? There's gonna be a lot of people who go like, Scott, I'm not gonna spend 60 bucks to make this happen. I'm like, cool, don't do it then, right? You don't have to. You don't have to do it. Some of you have some people go, you know what, I'm gonna do that, great. And you're gonna find that the more that you make that easier for the person to listen to, the more that they're gonna listen to you, the easier it is gonna be for them to buy. Like my brain like kind of froze there for a second, sorry. So take your sales presentation, audio record it, right? You could do this in a role play. Just remember, in a lot of states, if you're gonna record an audio process, the other person needs to have permission. So by no way am I telling you to break the law here. Well, we wanna do that, okay? Record it, and then go back and forth and listen to it. Now, if you got the buyer to you know, take the time and do the presentation with them and then say, yeah, go ahead and record it, the cool thing for you is you have objections that are written out, and you start hearing the common patterns from buyers if you do this a couple of times. And it may cost you a couple $100. It just depends upon where you probably get it outsourced to the Philippines. They'll probably do it for 30 cents a minute. And you know, it's just dependent upon what country you send it. You put it in an MP3, send it off to them, they type it up, and then you're good to go, okay? So there you go. That's what you can learn from copywriters for sales, Flesch Kincaid, and you can figure out the reading level of what you're presenting at, and it's a huge thing. It's a huge tip. Check it out, make it work for your process, right? It's gonna cost you some money. The cool thing is, you know what? There's some free online converters too. You can just like type in free online conversation converters. It may not cost you money. It could be free. It may take some work on your part. I don't know. I pay somebody 65 cents a minute. They take care of it for me. That's all you need to know, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That'd be fantastic. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. You know what you gotta do. You gotta subscribe. And then you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.